All right, guys. 5:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday, September 28th, 2024, the year 2024. Okay, guys. So I have something different here, more specific to the the issue. Okay. The problems, the challenge that we have going on here. So I want to first acknowledge all other religions, okay, and faiths, okay. I greet you. I salute you. Or however this is. I acknowledge you here, okay, and your religion, your faith, your belief, okay. I do, okay. Here in America, we all have, the right and the freedom to have our own faith, religion, beliefs, and things like that. So, and for it to be respected, okay, for us to be respected in it and protected, okay. So I greet you. I acknowledge you here, okay, here in America and in these United States here and in the USA, okay. I do. Um, I am going to definitely go in the direction of a specific group or groups of individuals from a certain particular type of religion, though, okay, and belief and faith, okay. Now, first we're going with Christian, but that's the religion and faith I'm talking about, which I am a part of, okay. I want to now there are those that are of different faiths and religion, and for those who are just wondering where is this going, or where what am I going to get out of this conversation, or should I stop listening to it? I am going to get into the facts of how this ties into this challenge, into this issue that we're having here. Very much so. Okay. So you can stay and listen for that. That's pretty much that. How the groups are connected in some type of way, or just my advice and or suggestions to them as it pertains to that, and then and all others as to what they possibly could do or suggested what they could do as well. Okay. All right, guys. So what I want to do is just really put an emphasis or really zoom in on this particular part here. Forgive me, I'll try to speed it up and or not be too low with my words here, okay. All right, so this is to a certain particular Christian groups, or Christian, I'm sorry, Christian, first we're talking about the Christian religion, okay, and the Christian faith and belief. So with this challenge and with this emergency crisis, as I call it, for this country, with these people trying to take over America, and these people trying to tear it down, make it into a living nightmare. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. How it's tied to. Now, listen, guys. If you didn't know, or for those who are a part of this group, of the religion, of the Christian faith and belief and religion, these people have basically taken apart parts of the practices for certain particular groups from that major religion and belief and faith of the Christian faith. They have taken some of the practices as to be as their own, and what they wanted to do was say that those practices were derived from them, or that they originally came up with it or something. And these are some of our more sacred practices, more for our the ministers, priests, that are considered to be in a certain bracket, a certain class, certain category, that is very special and unique, okay. And some would say like a holy type of thing, okay. And we know from this religion that there are certain things that are sacred, and you just unless you're serious about trying to be in a priestly position, or a ministering position, or even a pastoring, or however this is leadership, That's, you need to be serious about it. You need to be genuine. You need to be trustworthy, like all these different things. As opposed to being a person that is not interested, or you're trying to use those practices for something sinister or something that with bad intentions or ill intentions. Like, that's usually not how that goes. Okay. So basically that's what this group has done, is taken some of our practices from this religion, and used it in an ill way, okay, for their own personal gains, and trying to actually like call themselves beating this particular religion and faith, or are competing against it or something like that, combating against it, saying that they would beat them, or like win them, go faster than them, be stronger than them, this type of thing. Learn their practices and learn how they do things, and then learn what makes them strong or powerful or whatever this is, in their faith, in their religion, in their belief. And then do the same practices, but then to become stronger than them and to beat them. Okay, which should never, that should never be like, you should never think to do something like that, especially when it comes to like religions, or faith beliefs and stuff like that. It should never be like a competition or anything like that, where you're trying to beat and compete with people and take on certain religious practices, so that you can be like stronger, and no, not stronger, but so that you can like overpower people or something here, or so that you can like outbeat them or something. It should never be something like that. But however, you got people that think all kinds of ways, okay? And this is something that they wanted to do. Now, we have to remember that this group was the group that has the agenda to try and steal the presidency, basically, for the U.S. 2024 presidential election. Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. But let me go ahead and just give me a second. Okay, guys, so I didn't do that. All right, so let me see if I can get back to where I was. Um, yeah, so this group is, we have to remember that they're an occult, okay, an occult group, and satanist, or however this is, group. Now, this is no offense, or trying to like offend, or those persons who are a part of these groups. Like I said, this is America, and we all have the rights to our own religious practices, okay, and beliefs and things like that. We do. But just so happened, this group is that, okay. They are that, part of an occult, part of a Satanist group. Now, I want to say the difference, between others, is that this group they're trying to like overthrow America here, and they're trying to take over, and they have a lot of plans that just don't make sense. Like, they're trying to make it the number down to them, and trying to get rid of somehow a lot of citizens here in America, and then wanting to throw people in jail for no reason, or and then creating laws that would allow for them to be able to abuse them in certain ways, and then having minors in there, or adolescent ages, and up to the age of 18 years old. None of that makes any type of sense at all. It's unlawful, it's inhumane, and nothing is American about that. If you have plans like that, we don't want to know the rest of them. Okay, it's probably something along those lines. Whoever they are, whoever these people are, they're saying this here, right? We don't want to know anything else you have to say. If you cannot respect all Americans for one, okay, and then respect America for the way that they run things, do things here as far as the elections, or what have you. Like, they could have ran as a candidate. I'm just saying. Like, honestly, they could have. I'm just saying. And I'm just saying. And because that's the way it's done, historically, instead of calling themselves trying to steal the presidency. Okay. because that's not how it's done. The people hold the power. We, the people, and then, a part of the United States are, the citizens here in this country, okay, in the USA, okay. We hold the power. We get to decide who is in position, who is not, or what have you. Okay, we do have a lot of power there. Okay, when it comes to these things, so you can't just like overthrow and override the power of the people, of we the people. Okay, here in this country. And it's been like this for a long time. Okay, this is the way it's run. This is the way we do it. So for them to do something like this is a total disrespect. It's a total offense. It's an insult, slap in the face, the plethora of these words, et cetera, et cetera. They shouldn't have done this. This they were trying to, overthrow it, and just with certain attacks that they have on certain on citizens, and also threats. I mean, they're doing a lot of things in the background to citizens, because they just they had planned to overtake it. Okay, so not a lot of Americans are like aware of this. Like I said, I think anywhere from 40% to 50% or something like that. Maybe 60% aware in some type of way, 70% in some other type of ways. But for the most part, a lot of Americans aren't aware of this, which is perfect for them because they were trying to take everyone out, okay, or a good number of people in certain particular ways, okay. And then only certain people know about it, okay, or found out about it. So it doesn't matter like what your faith, what your religion, what your belief is in, as long as you're not trying to do things like this. I'm sorry, okay. As long as this is the beyond like harassment or whatever. This is beyond. This is so left. I don't even know where these people are. A lot of people don't know, like, how did you, like, why are you, like, where did you get this plan, like, why are you guys thinking this, or whatever this is, or like, you're going to prison, right, or you're going to jail for a very, 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 very long time. Yeah, and if it's treachery, turning against your country or something like that, you can get executed or something. I'm just saying, you can, forget about you being in jail for a long time. You could end up, getting the death penalty or something here, with this type of thing here. So you definitely don't want to go this, in this direction, with something like this. This is, I don't know but it's like, what can you expect when these people, when they go this far left, right? And be this rude and this disrespectful and this outraged and this wild with these plans, okay. What can you expect, like the return on that, is for them to face the consequences, if they're caught, you know what I mean, and if they go down, okay, they're gonna have to, be facing the consequences, which is, jail and or prison for a very long time, okay, if not something more serious, okay. So yeah, I mean, we all have a rights to, what it is that we believe in, what we have, our religion, our faith, and, for it to be respected and all of that, and for us to be protected. But when it comes to things like this, like, I'm sorry, this is not, you can't just, override the whole system just because you want to take over. Like, that's just not how it is. And we don't really know how you came to the ideas of wanting to do that when you have so much freedom and so many other things, or whatever this is, and why it is that you want to take the freedom and liberty of others. Yeah, and all of the US. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't make sense. Whatever this is, these people are totally in the background, hiding. They're doing the plethora of things, guys. So when it comes to the issue here is what is going on. These people are doing like so many things, like a lot of stuff, and it's like, where's the? How did they do this? How do we take them down? That people are trying to, officials are trying to figure out how to figure these people out. How can we get them, locked up behind bars and for a very, very, very long time? But they have these attacks, and they have these threatening methods and these foreign practices. Okay, here with this foreign ways of methods that they use. Um, for their attacks, and also for for their threatening. So America's kind of, just we're lost with it, because you're talking about foreign practices, talking about spell work and the likes of these things. This isn't something or a practice that is, I believe, even illegal here in the States, okay, in the United States of America. And they've been using it, okay, along with, regular threats, okay, and attacks. Um, it's just something mixed and blended. But they took some of the practices of some of those from the Christian group or Christian belief religion, who with some of their practices, and used it as a way to kind of level up in their mission towards trying to take America out, or trying to take over America, okay, and then trying to outdo the citizens, we the people, by trying to steal the presidency, okay, in order for them to try and steal the presidency so that they are the president of the United States of America, right underneath America's nose, by them deceiving them and making them think that they were the best candidate ever, okay, for to be chosen for the president of the United States of America. Okay, they would have just been this champion person, and we would have just been so, awed by this person, okay, and then all their plans, okay, would have just, it just would have knocked us off our feet, and we would have just said, this person is the best person, we got to choose this person here. They would have just been everything all around, and the things that they wanted to do, and it just would have sounded so great, but they would have gotten it from other candidates and or other citizens stealing their ideas, okay, just pretty much. But people wouldn't have known this, okay. So at this time they're pretty stuck with the fact of me saying and leaving messages like this here, and others as well. A lot of their stuff is exposed somehow, okay, like they got stuck in their plans, because their plan was to take over, okay. So that by November 5th, we had a president, and it would have been them, okay, for the U.S. presidential election. And somehow doing away with, or getting rid of, somehow putting down all of the other candidates for the presidential election, okay, so that they're not in the way, okay. All right, so you wouldn't have to worry about them. Now there's a concern about who is at fault, or who is at blame, or who is to blame. People are just blaming each other, or blaming this group, blaming that group. It's them, it's them, it's them. Since this is a religious kind of, based, or, a situation, or what have you, when you really look at things, because they are from, an occult and or satanic satanist group here. And again, that's not to be taken any offense, or for any of those who are may be a part of that to take any offense. Guys, please just be respectful here. It's for this particular group. These particular groups decide to do this. Okay, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference. Okay. Yeah, they, I'm so sorry, lost my train of concentration there, trying to make a point, but that is the point, okay? You got people that are doing all kinds of things. It just depends on what they are doing and or what they're not doing, okay? That's the difference. Um, so when it comes to this, so it's like so since it's kind of, based off of, your beliefs, religion beliefs, um, kind of like, okay, well, who is it? And since it is that they kind of stole or took on the religion practices of this Christian group, what do they think, or what's going on here? And you look a little closer, and you can see that it's possibly room for blame and things like that. And I'm just saying, okay, I won't get into the details here. Okay, but what I was going to get on and say here, give some type of advice, suggestive advice. Um, I just would say, instead of thinking or saying that, oh no, it's not, finger pointing and blaming, and oh, it's that group or this group or this, and it's them, is them, is them, or is that person over there. Yeah, it's that one. Is that we're pointing the blame at? Okay, yeah, then it's that person right there, or it's that group over there. I think that we should just individually, when it comes to, those who are from this, are a part of this Christian religion or belief and faith. I think we all just, let's just try and take on our own, just try to, like, own whatever this is that we can, and not point the finger, not point the blame, not put the attention on others, because that could be a problem. I think that is a part of the problem, is what I'm saying. Okay, to not take any type of ownership of any partial, because sometimes you could be guilty of something and you have no idea that you are. Or you could be a part of something and somebody could say, oh yeah, you did this to me, or you did that to me, and it's something you actually did and you had no idea that you did that. Do you know what I mean? Or you had no idea you offended someone, or like, and really did. And because when you find out about it, you're like sorry. You're like really sorry. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't realize that. And especially if they broke it down in this particular way to let you know that it was not nice, or that it was something that really hurt them, and that they really got offended by. So and then to think like, okay, well, this person is offended by, what, I'm so sorry, I meant what I meant because I was talking about this or that or what have you, but since you took offense to it, I apologize, I didn't mean to hurt you personally, it wasn't anything about you personally. um I'm just saying, sometimes we don't know or we don't realize, and then when it comes to just like, in the Christian faith or in Christian religion or belief, we have to be honest with ourselves. Those who are a part of this group and this religion, this faith, when it comes to what our religious textbooks tells us, is that we have to ask for forgiveness. Okay, we have to be open to forgiveness. We have to forgive others. Okay, and we have to be honest with ourselves and God. Okay, we have to say, am I guilty of this, or did I do this, or and not just be like, oh, well, yeah, of course, I would never do that, or I didn't do that, or that's not mine, and never taking the blame for things, or never just sitting quiet. Sometimes that works. It helps to just sit quiet and just reflect on things and just take the thought in, instead of quickly tossing the blame onto others, okay, and in other different directions. Maybe it's something to think about. Let me tell you this. With this challenge and with what's going on here, with these people trying to take over America and trying to steal America from America, and trying to take out Americans as well, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I think this will be the time to sit and quietly and to think, okay, about any particular things, okay, whatever this is, because we're looking for a resolution, we're looking for a solution, we're looking for answers. Don't tell me you're not, because you are in this crisis, okay? And don't tell me you don't need anyone, including God, because you do, okay? Especially having this faith in religion, belief, in some sort of way, more than before, more than ever. I said that I wanted to start something called services, and I did make it very clear and very, very simplistic. Okay, to where any persons who wanted to do something like that or be a part of it in some type of way, which means that they're actually not doing a service or going to a service or being a part of it. They're just being a part of something that they love and that they're doing, and that makes them feel right, or feel okay, feel positive and productive about themselves. Okay, so I do have that message out called services, and then actually services for those who are religious and who do hold these types of services, and then whatever their religion actually is, they can hold their services, of course, and particularly with this particular challenge and issues and problems here, specifically for Christian, those who are of the Christian religion, okay, for them to have and or hold services here, okay, and reflecting of this challenge and these problems and these issues, okay. It could be for a short length of time, 30 minutes or less, or an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. Or it could be a little longer, guys. Some of us are more advanced or more experienced or not as much. And you can do it even if you're amateur. It's about what you feel comfortable with and what you're okay with. Okay, what's convenient for you and all of that. Inside and outside services. Okay, to help get through this timing, to help deal with and cope with this situation. Okay, all right, definitely. And so I did say that about a week ago or something here. I do have that message titled services. Okay. All right. So you can check that on some of my social medias, which I will give at the end of or some point in this message here. So yeah, definitely. So listen to services if you get a chance, and you'll find out where you would be placed at. You know, you can find out exactly where, because you don't have to be a religious person or a very religious person, or you could be, and you can just find out where particularly you would land, and when it comes to that, or where you would be, what you can do when it comes to that. It's just basically us doing our part, or part of us doing our part in this situation, or as it is, what to do. Any ideas on what to do was how to cope, how to deal with this situation. In a positive light here. Okay. Um, for all Christians, okay, and for those who are of the Christian faith and religion and belief, I want to say this. For this situation, let's try to be positive. Let's try to not point the fingers and point the blame. Let's try to really be patient about the situation. This is already an issue or a problem. Let me tell you something. You going back and forth, us going back and forth with people is really not ideal. Okay, it's just not. The better thing for us to do is to do things that are more productive. Now, I get it that we may have, our adrenaline, flowing, and we may feel emotional, all over the place, emotions all over the place, mentally, we may be, all over flustered, or however this is about this issue. I get that. But we really do have to take a look at how to get to the core of this. How do we get to the rooting of this? Because what actually happened? What actually went wrong that things got to this point? This bad, to where these people been over a number of years gotten to this point to where they are like, yeah, we're totally going to take this idea and run with it. And these are the group or religion groups of people that were going to take and steal some of their practices. And to the point that where it wasn't protected, or it wasn't stopped or prevented, or something this here. Okay, I'm just saying, guys, we need to just kind of sit back and think, because this is a pretty serious thing. Now, when it comes to others, guys, I would ask you definitely to just be understandable, try not to do the blame game. I mean, I can't tell you what to say and all this, and I can't tell you what to be and all this other stuff here. But I do tell you this: we are thinking. Hey, those who are of the Christian faith and religion and belief, we are thinking. Okay, this is definitely getting our minds to think about the situation, to take it into consideration. Okay, take something into consideration. Give us some time, because we don't know the answers. We're not God.